What Bitcoin and property have in common? Stay tuned.
Good morning. Oh, I adjusted the camera a bit too much.
Yeah, it's like you're going to get your chest out, do it like a Superman.
Yeah, I'm going to have to move back a bit for you.
So, Billy Bob, Billy Boy, Billy Bo, this morning's topic, Bitcoin and property. I got a bit angry yesterday and I was told that I was berating a client.
Yeah, well, you can get pretty angry, you know, when you're just trying to, not you in general, but, you know, when you're just trying to get your point across. It's frustrating. I'm going to have to move this camera up. It's giving me the...
Yeah, go for it. So, guys, this morning, and this was part of the topic yesterday, I'm really frustrated about with a client, was where a lot of buyers at the moment are saying, you know what, we'll just wait. And it's like, okay. It's like, we're just going to wait and we're just going to see what happens. Like, okay. And then they go, what do you think? And you go, I don't think it's a good idea. And they go, why? Yeah. And you go, well, if you wait, what do you reckon the property prices are going to do? Well, they could go down. Okay. Or they could go level. Do nothing for a while. Okay. So it means you're getting a better buy than you were 6 months ago? Yeah. I'm getting a better buy than I was 6 months ago. So you'll wait. Yeah, wait.
Yeah, I agree. And I asked you off air, you know, Mark, are you a crypto owner?
That's a negative. What about you?
No, it kind of scares me, actually. I prefer something that I, you know, understand, or at least feel like I understand. You know, I feel like if you can see the property you're buying, that's a good start.
But you know what? I think you're a different type of animal, right? So, you know, I respect shares and people that invest in the share market. I respect crypto and people that invest in the crypto market, and same with property. You know, I get it, and I think it's, you know, they're all forms of income. The property vehicle is a much slower vehicle. It's a vehicle that banks are prepared to lend on, which says a lot. You know what I mean? So if you want to buy $1 million of property and you got 200,000 of cash, the bank will say, we'll give you 800,000. You generally don't get that flexibility with crypto, nor do you get it with shares. Absolutely. It's very bankable.
I think that says a lot. Like you said, I think it does say a lot. You know, Luke's made a great point, and this is sort of where we're going with this, you know, conversation this morning. Imagine if the property market performed like crypto market. That'd be pretty scary.
It's the biggest asset in Australia all over Red Rover.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think...
So part of this conversation yesterday that I was also having, and this is going out to people that are wondering what to do at the moment, is... At the moment, the banks are still willing. People are. It's hindsight's a wonderful thing, and you know, when I was talking to old mate Dean yesterday, I was like, he's like, you know what, I'm buying a property now, and you know, I'm gonna be buying a property for $2.5 million. I'm gonna have to be putting in $1,000 a week. I can afford it. I can afford it if the interest rates go up. But, yeah, no, I don't feel good about it. And it was, well, why? And it was like, well, you know, these kids, they can't afford, you know, if these interest rates go up. And I'm like, but you've always bought these styles of investments for the last 25 years. And now that this type of property is cheaper than you traditionally would have paid 6 months ago, your rate's going low, but you always knew they were going to go low. Like, what's changed in your investment profile? It's amazing that it's weird that people can change their whole way they operate for an in-the-moment feeling.
Do you think that's got anything to do with? So we talked a little bit about essential. 2022 is the year for essential buying and selling. Do you think it comes down to what is motivating people to buy this property at, in this time?
What's the question again? Sorry.
So we talked a lot about 2022 being the year for essential buying and selling. Do you think to really get an understanding of what these buyers are trying to weigh up in their minds is getting to the bottom of why they're buying in the first place?
Absolutely.
And so in this circumstance, it sounds like it was for his kids, was it, down the line?
Look, it was something just, he's always accumulated wealth by accumulating property. And every probably 5 or 7 years would make a purchase of something, and that's done very, very well over 25 years. And one of the things I also said was, I said, have a look at how houses have performed, and have a look how units have performed. Very, very different performance. If you look at in our area, like there's probably 10 unit suburbs around us, the units have performed at about 110%, 120%, just at a bit over double in 10 years. That's a 10-year average. But the houses have performed almost 200% or 180, 190%. They've doubled and doubled again. The spread between units and houses has just exploded. It is huge. So either units are going to go up, or houses are going to go down, or houses are going to stay where they are and units are going to climb. But that gap is an unprecedented, massive, massive difference between units and houses now. Massive.
Never been bigger, right?
I don't think it's ever been bigger than what it is. So it's and then you've got the cost of building, with that as well. It's a very different asset class to crypto. Crypto's generally not producing. It's not servicing. It's not. It's a very different asset to property. Property is a roof over your head. And also the cost of getting in, Billy, to property is enormously expensive with stamp duty, and the cost of getting out is expensive. So it makes it more of a long-term investment. Like on average, to sit on a property for 7 years or 10 years is pretty normal.
Yeah, I think that's right. And then, I think even my younger brother owns some form of Bitcoin. Whether it's not Bitcoin itself, but another crypto. There's almost people like at all ages just getting into this world of hype, I think is a good way to put it, because the media loves it.
Oh, look, you can put $10 in or $100 in. And I think as a community, it's a bit scary. My 16-year-old daughter loves the footy and always asks what my punt is, and I find that and it's always like after a punting commercial. How they have like the betting online. There's the Aussie guy going, mate, what are you going to be betting? I don't know, the commercial. And we're trained to punt a little bit, and definitely you can't punt with property because it's such an enormous and rigorous thing to get into. Whereas you can punt with betting online or a crypto. So it's probably a lot more attractive for that reason.
Absolutely. It's funny though, because I can only think of sort of one client that I've met that's done half property, half Bitcoin, and apart from that, I can't think of many others that are big in both.
Yeah, I think, look, and same with me. It's very rare I'll have a client that's blended across all asset classes. They would generally be like a stockbroker style stocks type of person, or they'll be a property type of person. To meet someone at the third into they're just different. It's commodities, and it's just different.
Yeah. So what does real estate and Bitcoin have in common? I think absolutely nothing's the answer.
Absolutely nothing.
Let's stop pretending like it's all the same.
Yeah, but I do have to say, Bitcoin's got a sexy. When you say Bitcoin, it does tantalize you for some. What is it?
I say it's got a good ring, doesn't it?
Yeah. There's something.
Look at that behind me.
There's something that sort of gets your juices flowing a little bit. Don't know why. It's a bit risky, maybe, or I don't know why. Property. When you say the word property, it's low and slow. Like it's like yeah. I know. Bitcoin's like, really?
I tell you what, the other thing we would talk about different breeds of animals. It's so funny to watch when you go out, with the boys or whatever. You go to a social setting party. It's funny to talk to the real estate investor versus the Bitcoin investor. Try that one when you're next in a group of friends.
Say that again. Understanding the Bitcoin.
When you go out and you're in a small group,
yeah.
If there's a real estate investor and a Bitcoin investor, just poke them with a couple of questions and see what answer you get come back. Because it's two very different types of people, that's for sure.
And you know what? I think it's the Bitcoin guy. You could literally go home and activate that tip. Whereas the property guy, it's months and years of planning, years generally.
Yeah.
And so it's certainly different. But the people that have made some good money out of property, there's much more of them out there than the people that made some good money from Bitcoin. You know what's really funny? The people that have made big money on Bitcoin, apparently, really show it off. But the people that have made big money with property, I know. Like I've seen like number plates on cars, coin, and it's like a Rolls Royce. But you never get the like one of my key landlords, with the number plate, landlord.
It's true.
They're different personalities.
Yeah. The best number plate I've seen for property was Mr. Units.
Yes, I owned it.
Might have been you.
And also I copyrighted Mr. Units.
Well, there you go.
Trademarked it, and the URL mrunits.com.au and the website, the everything, and then sold it.
You are Mr. Units, the original.
There you go. You go.
I think that's right.
That's a wrap. And Bitcoin and property, what they got in common? Absolutely nothing. See you, Billy Bob.
Ciao.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.